Survival Family is a satire on the modern family, and the loss of connection between generations, that satires at our technological dependence, and inability to survive in the outside world. Yoshiyuki Suzuki is the head of the modern family, who lives in a community outside Tokyo. He's a typical salaryman. After office each evening, he spends time watching evening news and his favorite game shows. Mitsuo, his wife, is a typical Japanese suburban housewife, surrounded by all the latest domestic gadgets at home. Daughter, Yui, and son, Kenji, are typical high schoolers, preoccupied in their phone or rings, games, and music, completely ignorant to the world around them. This family is technologically dependent. They don't spend much time with each other. They wake up one morning to find that everything electrical has stopped working. There were no lights, no refrigeration, no running water, no television, radio, no phone or internet, no automobiles or trains. Nothing works anymore. When Suzuki phones the electricity company to complain, he discovers that his phone is also not working. They get ready for school and the office. They see a huge crowd near the elevator, and decide to use stairways, as elevator is not working due to the power outage. They were all concerned about not having electricity in the entire city, and no electronic device is working. Suzuki is late for work, and wants to travel by train, but it is not working. Everything that works on electricity and fuel are not working. Suzuki's son travels by bicycle. He notices that no vehicle is working in the city, and people are getting jealous of his bicycle. When Suzuki arrives at the office, he notices that the automatic door at the office isn't working. The watches are also not working, and some of them break the door to enter into the office. Inside the office, they find that the computers are not working. When his wife goes to the supermarket, she notices individuals storing water and food. She does the same thing, and there were a lot of people who came to collect the groceries. As no machines were working, the cashier announces that they will only accept cash. Many people now want to withdraw money from ATM machine, but it is also not working. The boss of Suzuki tells them to go back to home, as the computers are not working. On the way home, Suzuki sees a bicycle shop, and notices that the price of bicycles has increased. Having no other option, he purchases a bicycle. They had dinner together at night after lighting a candle. After dinner, the siblings moved to their room, as they got bored as their cell phones are not working, and they have no access to internet. Later, this family moves to the balcony and sees the sky. They notice the whole city is under darkness, only stars are giving light. For the first time, the family is spending time together. Because of the power loss, people's lifestyles are gradually changing. Suzuki's office senior advises him not to come to work until the power is restored, as the computers are not working. Suzuki is concerned about his finances and his family. His senior tells him that surviving in Tokyo will be difficult in the coming days due to a lack of food and water. Because of this, people are fleeing Tokyo. Suzuki's wife moves to the nearby water tank for filling the water. She notices a huge crowd there, and they were sent back, as the tanks were also empty. Suzuki goes to the bank for taking out money, but he gives up after seeing a huge crowd. All the grocery stores, offices, and schools are closed now. Everyone is moving towards the countryside. Suzuki's family also decides to go towards the countryside. They pack their bags with the food items and necessary things. They start moving on the bicycles, and they want to take water with them, but the water is so expensive now. They somehow manage and take water bottles at a low price. They take a rest at the place and have food. They continue their journey and reach the airport. They have to take a flight to their village. There's huge crowd at the airport as the flights are cancelled. They stay in a hotel for the night. They are overcharged by the hotel owner. After dinner, they decide to go on their bicycles as the flights are not running. The next day, They take a map from a bookstore to see the location of their village. They gather the essentials and begin their journey. They reach a highway while riding the cycle. Others were on their way to other places, and they stayed at a camp for the night. Fellow traveler asks them for water. They don't give him water, saying it's the last bottle they have. The days pass like this. On the 16th day since the power outage, the family is sitting near the river and their last bottle of water is also finished. Suzuki drinks water directly from the river as they have no other choice. They resume their journey, which was interrupted by a rainfall. They take shelter in a safe place, leaving everything behind. They return to their things after the rainstorm. They see that Suzuki's son's bicycle tire got damaged. Their clothes had become dirty and food also spilled over there. The siblings go to town in search of food, while their parents rest at a nearby location. They come to a grocery store, where the boy is looking for his bicycle tire, which he is unable to find. The girl is looking for food. Before they reached this place, the other people had taken all of the food. They find distilled battery water for drinking, and the cat food for eating. Suzuki's son uses his mobile cover for repairing the tire of his bicycle, and they again start their journey. They survive on battery water and cat food for a week. On the way they meet a camper who advises them to travel through fields in search of edible plants and fruits, instead of traveling on the highways. They also show them a plant leaf, which they are told they can eat. A young boy with a non-digital camera was photographing their family. He promises to send them this picture when the power comes back. They travel together for some distance and separate their ways. The family reaches the aquarium and they see the people there are selling fish. They also stand in the line as their stored food is finished. When it was their turn, all the fish are sold and there's no more fish. Suzuki begs the man to give some fish to his kids. The man ignores him and leaves. They begin their journey again. They enter a field. They are very tired and hungry. They don't have anything to eat. Suzuki tries to eat an insect. They see a pig and somehow manages to capture it. They are overjoyed since they have got the food. However, they are unable to cut it. Tanaka, the pig's owner, comes to them. He invites them to his house, and instructs them on how to cut and cook the pig. Tanaka serves them food. They are very happy for having the food, because they have not eaten for several days. They stay with Tanaka and helps him in catching pigs. After a week, they take a leave and start their journey toward the village. On the way, they come across a river and must cross it. They got an old map, and there was no mention of the river on it. They now make a wooden raft to cross the river. The family crosses the river. They had left their bicycle on the other side, so Suzuki and his son goes back to the opposite side to get it. When they are in the middle of the river with bicycles on the raft, it rains heavily, and the river's water level rises. Suzuki falls into the river and drowns. They feel depressed at the loss of a family member and remaining three continue their journey ahead. They no longer have bicycles and are walking towards their village. They were walking along the railway tracks when they were attacked by a few dogs. One of the dogs attacks their mother, breaking her leg. They are saved by the approaching train. Passengers stop the train and help them to get inside the train. They help them with food and bandage the leg of their mother. Suzuki, who had drowned, is alive and well on the riverbank. The train carrying his family passes by him. Suzuki uses a smoke torch to attract the attention of the train passengers. The passenger sees the smoke and stops the train. The passengers carry Suzuki into the train. Suzuki's family is reunited and is happy. They reach to their destination by train, where they visit their grandfather for the first time in many years. They start living with them in their village. The power outage lasted for more than 2 years. Suzuki's family is living a lovely life in their village. They catch fish for themselves and weave their own clothes. One day, Suzuki awakes and his alarm clock is ringing. The electricity returns. Suzuki's family again shifts to Tokyo. The family gets a picture at the end of the movie. This was the photograph shot by the stranger while they were traveling to their village. They realize how important it is to value the simple things in life after this. It showed them that it is the little things in life that bring happiness. It shows us how important family love is. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.